Kid P on the beat.
Air.
What's up, you guys, and welcome to the latest edition of the Hollywood Cougar Report. I'm your host, Chris Moore, and today we have a huge show lined up for you today. We're talking Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. We've got some Lamar Odom, and we got some fashion tips with Deandra, as well as sports with Eolis. But without further ado, let me introduce to you the Creole princess, the lovely, the beautiful, the all-around talent, Miss Jasmine Bass. How you doing today, Sugarfoot?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What you got for us today, honey?
Okay, so earlier this week, Kim K and Kanye West, they got engaged. He proposed to her at the San Francisco AT&T Park with a 50-piece orchestra, and they played what was it? The Young and the Beautiful.
Young and the Beautiful.
And Knock You Down. So he proposed to her. He gave her a 15-carat ring.
$2 million ring.
Yes. Did you see that ring?
I saw it. $2 million.
It is huge. But yeah.
And also, it came out later that Chris was not invited, and he felt some type of way about it. Not Chris. I'm sorry, Bruce. Duh. Clearly, it wasn't Chris. Bruce. Bruce wasn't invited, and he felt some type of way about it. And honestly, I feel like he has a right to have to feel kind of hurt about it, because when he made that promise to their dad whenever he was going through his thing, that he was going to adopt them as his own. So I'm kind of with Bruce. I would be offended if I wasn't invited to that. Like that. That was not cool.
Why do you think that they didn't invite Bruce? Because on the show, it's clearly no one has a problem with Bruce. I didn't think there was any tension between him or Kim or Kanye. So why do you think it is? Maybe Chloe, but why do you think it is that Kim and Kanye didn't invite Bruce?
Because Bruce doesn't like Kanye. It also said in the story that he didn't like the fact that Kim hooked up with Kanye so quickly after breaking up with Chris Humphries.
But I mean, she's known for that. She always does that.
He was mad that I guess that she didn't consult with him about her love life. Like he was trying to. It came off as he was trying to overstep his boundaries. And so he never had a formal conversation with Kanye, which is what I guess he wanted Kanye to come and ask for his honor to marry. That's Kanye West.
Exactly.
He's going to do whatever he wants to do. That's what makes Kanye, okay? Yes. But, yes. And I'm kind of mad that Chris allowed it to happen, because she was there.
Clearly.
They supposed to be friends, so if they really are as good of friends as they come off to be in the media, then you would think that she'd have put a phone call in.
Do you think that Bruce and Chris's divorce, or well, not divorce, but separation...
Divorce. That's what it's leading to.
Well, yeah, eventually.
Yeah. That's what it's going to lead
eventually. But do you think that their separation has anything to do with this? That, they're separated now. That's not technically her stepdad anymore, I would say, even though they haven't divorced, but...
No, I don't, and I say that because on all the stuff that I read, and the watching E-News and stuff like that, they put off into the media that Bruce and Chris they're really their best friends. So if they best friends, then why wasn't he at that engagement ceremony deal? And when there is an actual official engagement party, I wouldn't be surprised if he was there, because Chris has a tendency to manipulate the media into believing what she wants them to believe.
Yes.
So
we talked about this.
Yes, she has the uncanny ability to do stuff like that.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I would not be. But that remains to be seen. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. I also want to see how the wedding, if it's going to be blew up or not. You know how the first time she got married, it was like a circus. It was a media circus.
They're always media, they're always on E, and they're an E special. So, of course, this is Kanye and Kim. And it's crazy to me because he is so anti-paparazzi, anti in his business, but how this was E News had this coverage first. Like, did you see it was so
And somebody
clear,
leaked the
it was so
tape.
perfect.
Somebody leaked the actual engagement. He is suing them for that.
Oh, really?
Somebody leaked the actual engagement footage. Which
But
I don't
the
know why
thing-
he's suing them, because that was in a public setting.
And
you know?
how is he suing them? E had the tape. Like did you see the version that E had?
E had the tape because somebody leaked it.
Oh, because I'm like, that was so clear. It was obvious that whoever was there was meant to be there.
Somebody who was close to them, that he knows who it is. Somebody who was close to them leaked it. So he's looking to, file, which is right up Kanye's alley. So I ain't even.
But I mean, even if they didn't leak it, that video would have got out some kind of way. It wasn't like, it wasn't like weren't normal people in the audience that night too.
That's what Kim thought about that sex tape. But needless to say, up next we got. Are you ready over there, D? Okay, all right. We got D. We got fashion up next with D.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the first edition of The Dressing Room. I'm your fashion go-to host, Deandra. Today's topic is women's fall fashion. As we all know, fall is in full effect, and it's time to bring out your cardigans, your leggings, scarves, and we can't forget about shoes, boots to be exact. Today here I have dressed my girl Kiana. Kiana, say hello to the people. Okay, today Kiana has on a simple sheer shirt. It's buttoned down, of course, because it's fall. And then long sleeve. It can go long sleeve, but right now it's quarter sleeve, which is good too. She has regular denim jeans and just wedges. As you see, the wedges are like a nude brown with the little pattern that accentuates the cardigan. She also has the gold chain for accessorizing and a gold bracelet. Kiana, do you love your look?
I love this outfit.
Okay, so where are you going today?
Well, I'm going to meet up with a couple of friends. It's kind of classy, but it's not too much. And if I wanted to dress it down, I could put on some flats and make it more simple.
2, 1.
That's all we have for today for the dressing room. I'm going to kick it back to Chris and Eolis.
Yes, and we are back now, and it's time we about to go over these sports with y'all. Today, I have with us again in studio our resident analyst, Mr. Eolis Whitaker. How's it going today, man?
It's going all right. How's it going with you, Chris?
It's going good. You ready to get into these sports, man?
We'll see.
Okay, all right. First up, is Case Keenum the answer for after that performance he put on yesterday? Is Case Keenum should he now be the man in Houston?
You know, some people would say it's too early to predict and say he's the man in Houston, but right now he's the guy to go to. He's the guy that we need leading this team. And I know there may be some strong words, but look back at the game against the Chiefs. Yes, they lost. But if you remember what I said it would be a close game. That it was. It was 17-16. Alex Smith, chip on his shoulder, 7-0. Had a good game though. And if you look at the stats, man, look, he had 240 yards. Case Keenum had 271. 15 attempts. 25 attempts, 15 completions.
Well,
one touchdown. Alex Smith had 0. He fed his guys.
At the same time, though, Alex Smith made the throws that he needed to make. He didn't necessarily need to make the touchdown throw. He made the throws he needed to make on third down
to get them in
field goal position enough times. Now, granted, I think whenever Andy Reid went for it on fourth down, he should have kicked the field goal because that would have gave him a little bit more, breathing room. The game shouldn't have been that close. But, in my personal opinion, the game shouldn't have been that close. But I'm proud of Case Keenum, though, because I feel that he, and again, I'm a Cougar. I'm proud of him, and I'm glad that he came out and had the showing that he did. But I feel go Cougs. But at the same time, I do feel that, they may have struck fool's gold. And I think that, I think they need some more.
Fool's gold?
Fool's gold.
No, it's not fool's gold.
It's I'm just saying that we don't know until you have more tape on him. That's just one game. That's what happened to Matt Flynn. See what happened to him. Get some tape on him. That was just one game.
Well, look. There's a process to this. Sometimes you throw them to the wolves and they thrive and they shine. This will not be a Kaepernick situation. Alex Smith went down. Kaepernick came in and lit a blaze. There are two different styles. So that's what you have to factor in. And yes, Case Keenum, I'm telling you, he is the answer for right now, and he can develop into a very good quarterback. He can do that because the film that we do have from the preseason where he threw for 400 yards, these are things that I'm talking about. There is film. There's film. Yes, it's preseason, so it's kind of undermined a little bit. but now he's taking it up a notch. We see he's laid the foundation to see he's gonna get another shot to see what he can and cannot do. And if in fact he does not prove to be what we want him to be, then yes, that you're gonna go to TJ Yates.
Okay, and here is another issue that I have with Gary Kubiak. I feel that when Schaub is actually healthy again, when Schaub gets back healthy and he starts Matt Schaub over Case Keenum, if Case Keenum comes out and has another game like he just had this last week, I feel like he's going to lose the locker room. I think that if he starts Matt Schaub, that's a wrap for the Texans this season. Like, the team is not responding to him anymore. The team looked enthused. They was flying. They flew around on defense even after they lost Brian Cushion. They flew, and honestly, if they would have protected Case Keenum on that last drive, they would have went down and scored. The defense was flying around. So I feel that when Schaub is healthy and Gary Kubiak starts him, that's a wrap on the Texans this season. Case Keenum, by default, needs to be the starter for the Houston Texans from not just for this season, for the future. He is the future of the Texans. By default.
I just want you to know that earlier you were kind of in opposition, but now you're on my side. I just want to put that out there.
Listen.
No, yes, you were, but it's okay.
Listen, man,
it's okay. I'm glad you converted to the Case Keenum side.
Listen,
I'm not playing you. It's just the truth. It's facts.
I said from Jump Street. He played he did better than I thought he was going to do, but that does not discredit the fact that the dude threw for the yards that he threw for. Like, the guy had a good game.
He did.
I said he had a good game, and the team responded to him. That's why I feel that he needs to be the long-term answer at quarterback for them.
And I agree, but the thing is, you have two issues. You have two issues with the Texans. You have a quarterback issue, and you have a coaching issue. So and sometimes you can address one and it'll solve the other. Sometimes it don't. You have to get rid of both. I see an instance to where Schaub is not the answer. I'm sorry to say, like, the Texans wasted. They were too hasty in paying him all that money. Yeah. Yes, he deserves some benefit to his performance, what he did in the previous season. But look at what his totality track record is and how he feels his job under pressure. He doesn't do it well. He doesn't fill the shoes that's required of an elite quarterback, not of a team that's supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. Because that's what the Texans were, a Super Bowl contender. And I say were because look at the predicament that they're in right now. Yeah, it's you need some change up. We had Don Caper and we progressed to Gary Kubiak. Now it's time to progress to someone else. And I see if there is a division in that locker room, you can see Wade Phillips back as a head coach in the NFL.
So wait a minute. So you think that Kubiak is the issue and needs to go?
It's time for something new.
Just to be on the record, you think
it's time for something new.
Face?
It's time for something new.
But
we've given them adequate time.
But do you think that Wade Phillips will be any better? You saw how he was in Dallas, and that locker room was bananas. I know that's a tough franchise to coach for and everything. Don't get me wrong, but do you feel that Wade Phillips would be the answer? You wouldn't go in a youth movement.
Look. If we go back and we roll the tapes back to the '90s, the same debacle in a sense that happened with Wade, not to the same extent, happened with Jimmy Johnson because they're not the ones in control. You need to understand that. As a head coach, you have to have control of that locker room. They never had control. Jerry Jones had control. Jimmy
Johnson never had control of that locker room?
He did, but at the same time, his control was always objectified with Jimmy Johnson. I mean, with Jerry Jones. If it wasn't in Jerry's world, it didn't happen. It's history says that if there's any opposition to what Jerry Jones wants and likes, you're gone. And that's what happened.
I agree with a piece of that statement because I feel that even Jimmy Johnson has been, since he has been the best, maybe Bill Parcells has been the best coach in Dallas, like to balance the two out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
He was able to get his team.
But even in documentaries, he said it got to a point to where that balance wasn't there anymore.
Clearly.
And he said it was a defining moment in the locker room where it was an issue with him.
Coming into the locker room when he was doing meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that was an issue. And that's what I'm saying. That's where those parameters of control were breached.
Yeah.
You have to take your hand out at some point in time.
But is it fair to put Wade Phillips in that same?
Oh no, I'm not. No,
that's
I'm
what
not.
I'm saying. It's not fair to put. Wade Phillips
I'm just saying. I'm saying there's a track.
But
I'm saying there's a track record.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not every system and every player, vibes with the the environment of coaches. I mean, you see over time they mesh well initially, but as the years go on, there's sometimes a breakdown in locker rooms, and that's what happened. So it's time for a new scenery. It happens.
Well, if they do, I hope they go in more of a youth movement. You know who I think will make a great head coach? Kyle Shanahan. I think it's time for Kyle Shanahan I think it's his time to step out of that offensive coordinator role into a. I think him being an offensive mind, I feel that if they do decide to keep Case, I feel that he'll come in and like groom them properly, and like he'll have that offense flying. I feel that. Especially with this DeAndre Hopkins kid playing how he's playing.
I will say this. If you're going to have an astounding defensive coordinator.
I'm not saying lose Wade. Keep Wade.
No.
Yeah,
Get what I'm saying. If you're going to have an astounding defensive coordinator, you should, theoretically, I believe, because I think this system works, have a solid defensive coordinator, but get your head coach who is an offensive-minded person. Because we've seen when you have a head coach that's a defensive-minded person, the offense suffers. You don't want your offense to suffer because now you know and you see how the NFL is. It's a pass and go league now. So you need an offensive-minded head coach that can get you those points and then leave everything for the defensive side onto your defensive coordinator who has a proven track record.
Yeah, Wade can do that. Wade can do that. I feel that, you know, so Kyle Shanahan wants to come out there.
So it could work.
That would be a good move. But, you know, we're going to see what happens with that. But let's move on into basketball, man.
Okay.
This is my forte.
Yeah, this is your arena. Football is mine.
This is my forte. Okay, who are your picks this season for the Eastern Conference Championship, Western Conference Championship, and who's going to win the whole thing this year? I'm going to let you go first.
I'm just going to leave it like this, and I'm going to put it into these because it's 4 teams.
Okay.
It's 4 teams overall.
Okay, name them right. Don't.
And one of them is obvious. The Heat are strong favorites to win the 2014 NBA title.
Okay.
They're strong favorites.
I disagree, but okay.
You disagree?
I
They
disagree.
won 2 back-to-back.
Okay.
Look at the way their roster set up. They're strong favorites, bro. It is irrational to have a 2-time back-to-back champion and not favor them for the next coming season. That's irrational. You have to be logical with that. So look, you have the Heat, and you have 3 other opposing teams that could stop them, or that would try to be a wedge. You have the Pacers.
Okay.
You have the Pacers.
Started off good.
You have the Pacers.
Okay.
You have the Bulls, and you have the Thunder.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, like,
oh, okay.
no, hold on now. Yeah, all right.
That's what you saying.
You have to. No, you do. Now the Bulls and the Thunder are tied though, and the reason that what moves the Bulls up is Derrick Rose's return. That's what vaults the Bulls up because we know what they can do defensively, and they've shown and proven in instances and spurts that they can halt the Heat.
Yeah.
Now, if you add Wade to that, if you add Rose to that equation and get it, and he's a healthy Rose, I think that is a very strong mix. Now, what hinders the Thunder is they're starting off their season without Westbrook.
Well, he'll be back by,
But they're starting by then he'll definitely be back.
He'll be
but
back
at the same time, I just feel like they have a missing piece. The most complete team in the NBA to me that has an opportunity to win the championship is the Pacers. Now, I'm not saying winning the offseason guarantees you an immediate championship, but they are the closest to it because even without the current pieces that they've added,
and this is who you talking about?
The Pacers.
The Pacers.
They
okay.
scared the hell out of the Heat.
I agree.
And oh my gosh, Hilbert. Hilbert is your quintessential piece. He is beautiful. I love that center right there.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. I agree with like 90% of what you just said. Okay, but I'm gonna start with Chicago. The issue I have with Chicago is that consistently they don't make enough moves to get Derrick Rose some legitimate help. They play great defense. I cannot take that away. Tom Thibodeau does an amazing job with them defensively.
But offensively.
And offensively, they pay for it. They tried Rip Hamilton, which I knew wasn't going to work from Jump Street. What they should have done was go get Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Had you got Eric Gordon, I feel like him and Derrick Rose would have done great together. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like Boozer. I like what he does in the low post. I like Joakim Noah on defense. I like the core of their team, but they don't have the role players to pull it off. That's why I don't think they may get to the Eastern Conference Finals. but I don't see them going too much further past that. And then to go to the Western Conference, Oklahoma. Listen, I have two teams that I root for. The Lakers, that's my squad. I'm a Kobe guy. Okay.
No.
Hold on, let me finish now.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish now.
Okay.
I'm a Kobe guy. Okay. That's
Likewise.
my dude.
Black Mamba. He is the
Yes.
real king. He's the real king.
He's an assassin in every
Yeah.
sense of the word.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not worried about them this season. In Oklahoma,
Okay.
I say that to get to Oklahoma.
Okay.
And as much as I want Oklahoma to succeed, I don't feel like they made enough moves to really compete.
Agreed.
Even in the Western
Agreed.
Conference.
Agreed.
Okay. I mean, listen at this roster. They got of course they have Kevin Durant. They have Serge Ibaka, and then they got Westbrook. That's their core. And after that, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, Kendrick Perkins, and Cephalosha is good, but I mean, after that, your roster just like falls off the edge of there's nothing left there. They won't be able to stay, and we saw what happened once Westbrook went down in the playoffs, how it hindered them. But the team in the Western Conference that I think has the most legitimate threat outside of the Spurs, I didn't even name them, but the Spurs, they always in it. I don't know how or why, but I can't stand the Spurs, but they always are in it. The Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, Doc Rivers is going to do wonders for them. I feel like you team him with Chris Paul, he's going to toughen up Blake Griffin down low, and if DeAndre Jordan is able to just hit free throws, something as simple as hitting a daggone free throw. If he hits his free throws and they play tough defense,
Okay, I get you. So
They
you're
could take
saying,
out the Heat.
Clippers. You're saying the Clippers are on the radar. I get that, and I
I'm
agree.
saying
But
the Clippers will
at-
win the Western
but
Conference this year. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, but at the end of the day, we can make this, and this is the closing point. At the end of the day, you have the Heat and the Pacers.
The Heat and the
At the end
Pacers.
of the day, you have
Absolutely
and
agree.
closing point, Heat and Pacers. They've assembled a team with Copeland and Scola. And
I love
and
that.
that is a great mix.
I love that
And
signing.
that's what I'm gonna say is the forecast for the upcoming season.
Listen, I want to piggyback off of that Chris Copeland teaming up with Paul George. Listen, those are two sharpshooters.
Agreed.
Two sharpshooters, and then
Agreed.
you got Scola. They acquire Scola and C.J. Watson, that backup point guard in the post. So yes, Indiana is going to wreak havoc this year in the playoffs,
Agreed.
and I cannot wait to see it. But up next, we got the Hollywood Minute. Back now, and we are back now, and Jasmine has rejoined us at the desk. And and now it is time for the Hollywood Minute.
Yes, and for this Hollywood Minute, we're actually going to be talking about Lamar Odom, and some video has surfaced of him actually under the influence. TMZ got an interview with him. It's on the internet now, and he is clearly under the influence while talking to this.
Say it right, because the other day on the radio show, you tried to play me, and I don't like how you went about doing that. First of all, let me elaborate, because first of all, you didn't have to show me the video.
Yes,
that was
the
number
video
one.
was necessary.
You didn't have to show me. You know how I feel about Lamar Odom, number one.
Yes.
Number two.
That's why, pause. I have to stop you there. That's why I showed it to you. Because I do know how you feel about Lamar Odom.
It was irrelevant, though, because
you tried to go against my views and my opinions,
anything.
but did the video not prove you wrong?
It didn't prove anything. Your deal is you be trying to call Lamar Odom a crackhead, which, I guess he is a crackhead. Well, he's a recovering crackhead. Lamar Odom is a recovering crackhead, and he's been doing good. I personally, if you watch the video, it looks like the man was just drunk. Because he was sweating, and he was like, his words were slurred, and I think he was just drunk. Which, him being a recovering crackhead, which it still isn't good, but it's not. He wasn't high on crack. It'd have been worse had he been high on crack. Though neither one of us really do know what that was.
Yes.
So really, that doesn't even prove that you were really right.
Okay, my take on
That's
this.
my thing.
My proof that I am right is the fact that Chris mentioned that.
Say it right.
The Lakers, or he may be
quote me
playing
right.
basketball. After he's recovered from his addiction
He'll be playing
to crack.
basketball with the Lakers specifically. With the Lakers, that's the only team I said. That's the only
not
team
the
I
only thing you
said. I didn't say in the NBA. I said with the Lakers.
That's the only team you said, but that's not the only thing you said.
That's not the only thing I said, but that's the only team that I said.
You keep
was
trying
with
to
the
play
Lakers.
me. That's the thing.
No,
Okay,
Jasmine,
so
you get in
Chris
front of
said
people and you
basically
show out.
he
That's the problem.
said that
Quote me right if you're gonna say it.
that Lamar Odom was going to make this big comeback, you know, that Chloe was not going to divorce him. Chloe was not going to do this. They were going to still be together. Basically, he had a painted picture of a happy ending for Lamar Odom, which in this case, I just feel that hard to believe, especially after this video has surfaced, because Lamar Odom, you know, has had this crack addiction for some time, and just the video footage is just not good on his behalf. He has no room for error in my eyes. So the fact that we got the video is almost 5 minutes long. So the fact that there is 5 minute long footage of Lamar Odom clearly under some type of influence, which is easy to believe that it is crack, because in the media, that's all we know that he's been doing lately. We haven't heard of alcohol. We haven't heard of, you know, any other drugs, smoking, anything like that. All we know is crack. So all we have reason to believe is he is under the influence of crack.
Okay.
So in my eyes, my point is that
Finish your point.
you're cheating on your wife. You're a crackhead. Like, even if you are trying to make the steps to better your life and to get your life together, you can't just be showing out like that on camera for the whole world to see. And, you know, the paparazzi, they're lurking for that stuff. Honestly, in my eyes, I'm just like, how did they get this opportunity? How was this opportunity presented to the cameraman? How did he even get that chance to get Lamar on camera like that under the influence? Because this has been going on for how long now? Okay. And they're just now getting video of this. Like, that is a slip up, and that's a major slip up in my eyes, to where he's not gonna progress.
I'm getting sick.
I'm
getting sick
he's
all over again.
He's not gonna go anywhere with that.
Just hearing you talk about it again, I'm getting sick again. Now let me cut you off, because you're sadly mistook. You got the whole situation completely misread.
No, I don't at all. You're so biased.
I let you speak. Now you're gonna listen at me, okay? I let you talk.
You are so biased.
You're gonna listen at me, okay? Now, first of all, what I said was, to be exact, what I said was I said that when Chloe was going through her self-esteem issues, yes, Lamar Odom was right there with her. Okay, he was there with her by her side. Okay, and he really didn't judge her. Okay, and
which I agree with. I completely agree with you. Don't get me wrong. That's part of your point that I do agree with. But keep going.
He was with her. Okay, and what I said at the time when the story first broke, I said, well, it's only fair that, you know, when Lamar Odom's going through his little crisis in life, that Chloe be there and, you know, and help him through it. Which, you know, watching the show, I mean, clearly she, you know, when he would like do stuff out of character, like you can tell what was going on. So I don't know if she wasn't helping him or not, but I'm just saying that's what she should have been doing if she wasn't. But that's what I was saying on the show.
Where I have to stop you is, I agree with you. She needs to help. You know, you would only think it's right for her to help him in his time of need like he did in hers. But the thing is, it'd be different if Lamar only had a crack problem. Lamar was cheating on her with 5 other women that we know of, and that was only a year into their marriage. They've been married how many years? 3.
As far as that whole cheating stuff goes, you know how I feel about that. A couple of them chicks was just doing it for publicity.
I don't care. Cheating is cheating. You're married.
I'm saying,
you're married.
I'm saying, matter. Listen, I don't condone it. I'm not gonna sit here and say cheat on you. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you making it sound like it was like a Tiger Woods situation. Like it's women coming from every which way. It wasn't. It wasn't
5
like
women
that.
In 1 year, they've been married 3 years.
But out of those 5 women, maybe one of them, I say, or 2, because the chick took a lot of turkey. Maybe 2 of them, I give you.
But the thing is, Chris, it'd be different if these women were just coming out from the woodwork saying that they cheated. They're not, because Chloe found 5 on her own. Chloe hired a private investigator on her own. Chloe uncovered 5 on her own. It just so happened that they're speaking out. Chloe already knows about them. So them speaking out is irrelevant now, because Chloe knows about them anyway.
I was just backtracking so I can repeat what I told you, so I can get to my close, because you wasn't articulating what I told you properly. Okay, that was the issue. I said all that to say that I said, as regards to Lamar Odom playing basketball, the Lakers was the only team that offered him a position at camp, but he had to be clean first.
Yes.
And that's when he felt that he can kick the addiction by himself. Okay, so that's what I said regarding to that.
Okay.
And regarding to this videotape, which my feelings are starting to come back up about it, because I really was upset that I was really depressed. Okay, because you tried to condemn this man, and we don't know what Lamar Odom is. He's an open guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, and the video,
he seems like he's a nice drunk. Like he looks like he was drunk, and now it's just him being drunk, and he was just a nice drunk. You know what I mean? But you got to go and like watch the tape for yourself, and draw your own conclusions. But Jasmine made it seem like the dude was just out on a crack bench or something.
Okay.
And he just walked up on the cameraman and just started talking. No,
thing
the man was minding his own business. Jasmine. And we don't know what that was.
Chris.
We don't know what that was.
Chris. It's burning inside of me that you just can't admit that I'm right and you're biased because you've been rooting for a happy ending from Lamar Odom, but this ruined his chance.
And you know what?
And honestly, I was on your side until this video came out because it was possible for him to make the recovery, the comeback he was gonna make. No, this video is done. He's not playing for anybody anymore. He's not because he has no room for error.
Oh yeah, I agree with you with that.
I'm talking
about Chloe. I'm talking about Chloe. I knew that. I knew that was rap when he didn't go to rehab when the Lakers asked him to. I figured that. Mm-hmm. That I agree with you. If you want me to say it, yes, I agree with that aspect of what you were saying. Mm-hmm. But as far as him and Chloe are concerned, that book is yet to be written, finished, completely written.
It's gonna take some time.
I'm banking on
for me to agree with you with that.
I'm banking on Chloe's loyalty to that man. I feel that she really does love Lamar Odom, and I know.
But when does loyalty become stupidity? That's what I want to know. When does loyalty become stupidity? Because if somebody does not want to get help, and if somebody does not want to change, then you can't make them change. And if somebody is cheating on you with multiple women, that becomes stupidity to me because you can't just sit up there and let this man. Y'all have vows. Y'all took a vow at the altar.
I don't want to change the subject, Jasmine, but you can kind of compare the situation to, you know what I'm finna say, to Lindsay Lohan. Okay, you know how I feel about Lindsay. That's my girl.
And you're wrong about that too. So we might as well move on because you are so wrong about that.
No, I'm not. Lindsay Lohan has an Academy Award in her future.
She doesn't.
Lindsay Lohan has an Academy Award. Okay, Lindsay Lohan is on the road to redemption. America is the land of second chances. Okay.
But when you've had a third,
Robert Downey Jr. had the same issues she had. See, you too young to remember that, but Robert Downey Jr. had the same issues, kinda, that Lindsay Lohan was having, is having.
I'm not even about to sit here and
That's the truth. You don't believe me?
Lindsay Lohan
Google
with
it.
you right
you
now.
mad? You feeling salty because you know I'm right.
I'm not feeling any kind of way because you're wrong, and I will never agree with you with this plan.
Because you know that Lindsay is due for a comeback.
The nerve of you to give her this,
Absolutely.
on this high horse, like
Absolutely.
No, I'm not even about to discuss
Did you see the Elizabeth Taylor story she did?
I don't care.
No, you didn't. See,
care.
you don't know. The woman is talented. Okay, you didn't want to know. That's because you knew I'd be right. You didn't want to know, but. That's neither here nor there. I just had to bring up that analogy because it's kind of the same thing. We don't know what's going to happen with Chloe and Lamar.
Exactly. We don't know. And don't get me wrong. I am a supporter of Chloe and Lamar. I loved Chloe and Lamar. They are my favorite Kardashian couple. Chloe is my favorite Kardashian. But I'm looking at what it is. I'm not biased like my co-host here.
I'm not biased.
I'm looking at what it is. If you look at the facts and you look at what's going on here, you're ignoring very important details of the story. You rooting for this happy ending, which by all means I would love for them to have a happy ending, but when you look at how the story is continuing to develop, it's not getting any better. It was at one point, but this video, I'm like, y'all really got to go check out this video. It's on NicoleBitchy.com. Can we say that?
Yeah.
But yeah.
You said
it's it's on NicoleBitchy.com. You need to go check out this video. His words are slurred. His body is all over the place. There's even a point in the footage that he actually gets his own camera out and starts videotaping the guy.
Pull out a video camera. He got
did.
His phone.
That's what I just said. He got his own phone out and started videotaping the guy.
Don't make it seem like he pulled it out his pocket.
He did.
The phone was already out. Okay.
But the thing is,
you're gonna stop playing
Chris,
Lamar.
Chris,
Jasmine.
I just can't.
You gonna
I
stop
can't deal
playing
with you.
Lamar?
I can't, because you're not even listening to what I'm saying. That's how
I'm hearing
biased you are.
I'm hearing everything that you're saying.
You're not. You hear it, but you're not comprehending it. You're not taking
What
it
am I not comprehending
and
about the situation?
You're
What am I
not
not comprehending?
what I'm saying, because I'm right and you're wrong. I'm
Do you
big
know
and
what
you're
you're saying?
small,
What
and
are you
there's
saying?
nothing you can do about it.
What are you right about and I'm wrong about? Let's
Let's
go
this
down
is
this
it.
road again.
This is it. Lamar Odom had his chance.
Regarding
was-
to what? Be specific.
regarding to his comeback, regarding to his playing basketball, regarding to his
Okay.
marriage. Like, I'm just the marriage thing.
I gave you basketball.
I slightly agree.
I gave you that one, but I'm not giving you the marriage
slightly
one.
agree with you, because there may be a chance, but in my eyes, I'm just like I said earlier, when does loyalty become stupidity? Because after you give somebody so many chances and they don't want to change, and don't get me wrong, we still don't know what he was on this video. We don't, but the fact that he did it, and the fact that he presented himself the way that he did, and with all this bad press about him in the media already, it's just him going off the deep end. There's like no coming back. He's got to do some serious, what would you say?
Image control.
Yeah,
And
he'd have to,
Here's the thing.
in order to get back, to get back to where he used to be.
At the end of the day, it's all gonna end up being okay. They'll do a reality show about it. They'll make millions of dollars off of it,
And that's what's crazy.
and it's all gonna be fairy dust in the sky. Like, it's all just water under the bridge.
Yes.
So, but I'm excited to see how that ends. But that is your Hollywood Minute for today. I feel like I won that little battle there, but you guys can be the judge. That's okay. You don't have to respond to that, Jasmine. It's okay. Take your defeat with class. Okay, just.
It's crazy.
It's okay.
It's just crazy how someone cannot admit that they're wrong.
It's
like
okay.
This
all
is
right?
a male ego at its
But
finest.
I'm not going I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm gonna leave that alone though. But anyways, y'all can catch us on Thursdays here on campus on cougarradio.com. And I really hope you enjoyed the show today. I feel like this thing is really coming together for us. It's amazing.
Finally taking off.
It's amazing.
It feels great.
But needless to say, that's the Hollywood Cougar Report today, and we will catch y'all next time. I think that went great.
Well, there you have it. Let's kick it back to you, Leolis and Chris.
This is funny.
We are rolling. Wait, what did we just come out of? Sports? We did sports last, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. 5, 4, 3.
Excuse me. Sorry.
1, and we are back now.